family? Welcome to another edition of Maryland Economic News. I have my notes here, so that's what I'll be reading off. But in this story, we're going to concentrate on bank failures. And believe me, there are bank failures, not just here in the United States, but all around the world. Things are getting real, and it's getting serious. And remember, crises always start off small, and nobody notices until they get very big. Alright, now let us begin. Now, we start off here in the United States. This is according to the FDIC's own website. The FDIC stands for Federal Depository Insurance Corporation. They're the banking authority which comes in and sees banks. I'll put a link in the description to a video of how they operate, because they don't come in the daylight, they come in at nighttime, and they take over banks. 4 banks in 2019 were closed down in the United States. We begin with, in my home state of Texas, Lowell State Bank in Copper, Texas, which failed on May 31st, 2019. It was seized by the Texas banking officials down there and then handed over to the Federal Depository Insurance Corporation, the FDIC. It was then taken over. All the depositors' money was transferred to Legends Bank, which saved the depositors. The next 2 banks in the United States failed on the same day, October 25th, 2019. Were taken over by the FDIC. That is Louisiana Community Bank in Louisiana, Kentucky. That is LOUISA Community Bank, and the same thing for in LOUISA, Kentucky. And the other one was Resolute Bank in Maumee, Ohio. MAUMEE. They both failed on October 25th, 2019. That's 2 bank failures on the same day in the United States, both taken over by the FDIC. And then on November 1st, 2019, you have City National Bank of New Jersey in Newark, New Jersey. They failed. There's 4 bank failures in the United States. You may seem like small banks, but this is how contagion starts, like I said in the beginning. Banks do fail. This is just the beginning of a larger, much more dangerous situation that is coming. And if you think we're limited here in the United States, think again. We'll switch over to China, where they've had bank failures as well there. You don't hear much about China because they control their state media. And plus, our Western media doesn't dare tell us about what's really going on overseas. They don't even tell us what's going on here in the United States. But here in China, we're looking at the first bank failure. The first bank failure in 20 years. 20 years in China that they reported this one. This was the inner bank of one of the inner banks of Mongolia. The bank, the Baoshang Bank. Sorry if I butchered the name. Baoshang Bank failed. The People's Bank of China, their version of our central bank, came in and injected billions of dollars in order to save Baoshang Bank. Yes, China has had bank failures as well too. That was the first that took place on May 27, 2019. See the correlation? Things are happening. Okay? You have, on July 28th, you have the unit of China's Sovereign Wealth Fund takes over Zhao Jinghong Hongfei Bank. That bank failed. And that bank failed in July of 2019. Okay? And then you have a third bank, the Bank of Yizhao. It failed in August 2019. These only 3. China's had 4 bank failures this year, but I've only covered 3 of them. Yes, and overseas, the banks are failing as well too. If you think these bank failures is just the beginning, it's getting much, much worse. Most people don't know what capital controls are when a bank fails. Before I get into this last story, I'll let you know what capital controls are. When a bank fails, or is about to fail, and they don't want to run on the money, they don't want a bank or run on the bank, the people to take out their money, they issue capital controls. That means they're limiting the amount of money that you can take out. So if you have $100,000 and you know the bank is in trouble and you rush down to the bank to take out all of your money out of there, and they institute capital controls, they can tell you flat out, point blank, that you can't take out your money. We're limiting you to taking out $60 a day and a max of $1,000 a week. Yes, the banks can do it. They can do it here in the United States. They've actually passed laws that allows the banking system to do that. Now I say that because notice I said that it has happened. In the country of Lebanon, their banking system has collapsed. For all intents and purposes, it has to collapse. In November, they closed their banking system twice. Twice it closed. And they instituted capital controls. That you can't even take out US dollars in Lebanon anymore. You have to take out the Lebanese pound, which is a second-rate currency in their country. It is their official currency, but it is second-rate. People can barely take out money. Corporations can't pay their bills. They can't pay their suppliers. They can barely pay their people. Things are much, much worse than what you understand. I urge all of my family, please, do your research. Get ready and get prepared. If you think bank runs and capital controls can't happen in the United States, think again. Do your research. I'll put a link to the U.S. government passing laws saying the banks can seize your money. Get ready, family. Just want to spread the word. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Melanated Economic News. Thanks, family. See you again.